Something that you've talked about is that hope, that quest for good. What are some of the benefits and risks of a belief in a higher power or a higher good?
So there's maybe a few risks. First, if our expectations are that mortality is going to get to the point where it's exactly the same as what we would think of as heaven, or as perfection, then that will be, I would say, a lifelong quest that if we expect to arrive, then it will end up sort of shattering our hopes or our beliefs. And perfection, it can draw us forward, having an image to give us joy and hope and draw us forward can be very positive. But if that becomes too oppressive, and so if our spiritual yearnings lead us to believe I have to have this today, and if I don't have it today, then no longer is goodness real or is goodness true, I think that can be destructive. I would add a second component that I think is risky, and that is this: there's beauty and strength in living according to one's ethical beliefs, the things that you believe matter and are good and represent goodness. But if, and recognizing when we're not doing that and letting that draw us forward and encourage us to be better is powerful and good. But feeling this weight of shame that says, I am not one of those kinds of people who could ever rise above. So in other words, this sense of oppressive judgment or of shame that says, I have no value, to me, then that turns and is no longer helpful, but is the opposite of helpful. It can keep us down instead of drawing us forwards and upwards.
Wonderful. So if we are trying to avoid maybe that type of oppression, what are some attributes of a higher power that you believe are essential for that belief to affect our emotional health in a positive direction?
So first, I love that. So let me just say first, I think it's important for us to have a sense there are things that are constant. And one of the things that can be important in religious belief, and why so many studies show that religious or spiritual belief and spirituality, so I don't want to just say religious belief, but spiritual belief and spirituality can help with emotional health, is because it draws us to a hope in something that is constant. And but to believe that there is a constant and consistent greater good. A friend of mine was praying once and he said, we are so grateful, God, to know that you do not change, that you are constant. He had a belief in constant things, that even when he was inconstant or those he was around were inconstant, there was something that gave him hope for better things. What are the attributes? The attributes are consistency. The attributes are goodness and holiness, that which lifts and encourages and represents and supports the good, but also, besides being all-knowing and all-powerful, to be benevolent. That the higher power we believe in is sympathetic, is compassionate, loves us, and is patient with us in our weakness, will be with you and meet you at your lowest moments to comfort you and to encourage you forward. Then those combination of attributes, power, goodness, knowledge, but of necessity mirrored with benevolence, compassion, patience, then to me, that can really be life-changing in positive ways.
Yeah, I think that is exactly correct.
Visit thebmsproject.org to learn more. Together, here for our youth.